Blake? It's Ed. Blake? Blake, honey?
Hi. I saw you walk in.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to Blake about something.
Well, the car's not in the driveway, so I followed you. Oh, Ed, I don't know where else to go.
I can understand you having reservations, but to cancel your contributions? Oh, Fred, come on. We've all got image. The whole world's got an image, okay? The point is, I am not a married man. I am not a philanderer. And I'm not prepared to take a bigger hit on this than I have to. Well, if I have the guts to stay in this campaign and take it day after day, you should have the guts to support me. No, I don't want your public endorsement. I want your money, Fred. Look, how long have we known each other? That long, huh? And in all that time, I never knew that you were a coward. That's right, you're a gutless son of a... Fred? Fred? Damn it.
Hi.
Sorry. I'm winning friends and influencing people.
Well, that's all right, because you've got a very tough row to hoe here, my friend.
Yeah, and I'm doing it all by hand, Fletch.
Yeah, but you're going to get it done.
Will I? It's going to take some heavyweight hoeing to overcome this.
I came to test that I'm never too busy for you, Blake Berry.
Test away.
I'm sorry, Daddy.
Oh, honey. I know you are. It's been a tough time for you.
Well, it hasn't been exactly a day at the seaside.
It's over now. Honey, you and I are going to do great things if you still want to.
I do. That's what I came to tell you.
So this whole episode with Ross just...
It's over. It was like a bad movie, a bomb at the box office, contrived plot, lousy ending.
You had the wrong leading man. That was your problem.
Well, you were right from the very beginning. His precious career was everything to him.
Are you sure? Are you absolutely sure?
Positive, Dad. I want to get over this. I want to move on.
It's your time, honey. Chrissy's time. Go for it.
She's done a lot of work on the place.
Yeah, I guess Blake has a talent for decorating.
She has many talents. So talented she puts her mother to shame. I take it you've seen the pictures in the Inquisitor.
Yeah.
Quel scandale, huh?
Well, it's sad.
Sad? There are more descriptive words, Ed, some even printable.
I hope it doesn't hurt Ross's chances.
His chances at what? Continuing his affair with my daughter? If I sound bitter, it's only because I am.
You sound unhappy.
Why should I be? I have the support of the public and my friends.
Do you?
You sound skeptical.
No.
Well, I don't know. I suppose they could be insincere. I don't have quite the knack of recognizing when someone's being phony anymore. Character flaw, do you think?
I don't like it when you sound like this.
How?
Unhappy.
Well, when I don't feel good, I tend towards unhappiness. It works that way.
Well, what do you think could happen that would make you feel good?
I don't know. That's why I'm here.
Is there something you want to talk about?
I don't want you to scold me,
Okay.
but you probably think that's what I deserve. You're on their side, aren't you?
I just feel bad for everyone involved in something like this.
Oh, you're riding the fence on this one, huh?
I just don't know. I mean, where does it end after all the anger and the need for revenge? Where's it get you?
I don't know. I never meant it all to happen. They all say that, don't they?
Yeah, but it's what you say that matters.
I was hurt and lonely. I still am. Oh, and the hell of the thing was that it was just when I was getting somewhere. Things were really coming together for Holly Lindsay. Her own woman. She was independent, not needing the validation of husband or boyfriend. Holly Lindsay talks too much.
I think she's saying things that need to be said.
Is she? I don't know. I'm feeling so utterly inarticulate these days. I can't quite describe how it feels to have your daughter sleep with the man you thought you loved.
Well, then maybe that's something that you shouldn't try to explain.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't try to have any feelings at all. No pain.
I think there's enough pain to go around here.
But they've got somebody to turn to.
You're saying you don't?
I have a good job. I have money in the bank. I've got a nice house. I have everything a woman of the 90s would want, but friends and family.
But that's simply not true.
Are you feeling sorry for Holly?
You know me better than that. Oh, look, come on. I was your friend when you didn't even want me to be. I'm still your friend.
Oh, come on, Ross.
Hey.
Judging other people.
What?
Want to hear the latest poll?
Down 2 points.
Nope.
Down 5?
Upward, ever upward. You're within 4 percentage points of Flynn.
Hey, coming back.
Just can't keep the good man down.
You know, it's odd that the last 2 polls have me on the upswing.
You think it's odd? I'd call it a miracle.
Thanks, Jim.
You're right back in it.
Fletch, I'm still trailing.
Yeah, but I mean, considering that you're featured on the racks of every newsstand,
I am told
supermarket
that
in
the
America.
public has a short memory, but I still think that rag of a newspaper could cost me this election.
Go down swinging, Ross.
It's already cost me my PR person. Who? Blake. Who's doing a first-class job, by the way, but I just had to get rid of her.
Yeah. Well, you did the right thing.
Which brings me to the reason I've asked you over here.
Oh?
I need your help
To do what?
to take over from Blake.
Ross.
Fletcher, hear me out. Now, I know that you're freelancing these days.
Strictly.
But if you could spare me any time at all in the
No,
next week
Ross,
and a
I'm
half
flattered.
to give my campaign that
This
final
is really
push.
not my line of work,
Oh,
Ross.
come on. You know newspapers like the back of your hand. You've
Yeah.
got connections all over the
That's
place.
true.
Fletch. I need your help, whatever time you could spare for your friend who got you through Vanessa's trial.
Ow, 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 you've twisted my arm. Boy, you're a murderer. I'm going to have to warn the Senate about you.
I'll make this up to you, my friend, I promise.
Wait. Just before I make this official, there's one thing I need to ask you.
All right.
You and Blake. Was it just a fling, or is it something more serious?
I promised myself that I wouldn't do this.
Why?
Because I'm a big girl, and big girls don't mess up their daddy's handkerchief.
That's what daddy's hankies are for. Didn't you know that?
Why are you so good to me?
Gee, I don't know. Oh, I got it. Because I love you.
Well, if I were you, I wouldn't even let me into your office.
Sweetie, you're my daughter. I've never stopped loving you.
Well, I'm also Mom's daughter. And she never started.
I want you to cut your mom a little slack. There are things about her you don't understand.
What's to understand? She tried to ruin my life.
Well, there are things in her own life that aren't going so well right now.
Oh, right. Well, she only owns a television station.
I'm talking about her personal life.
Why should her personal life interfere with mine?
I don't want to argue with you. Just want to see a smile on your face. That beautiful face.
I'm so glad that I have you.
Welcome home.
I'm not going to apologize for my involvement with Ross. It was my mistake, and I take full responsibility for it. But I do admit that I wish I'd followed your advice and broken it off with him before you had to do it for
You would
me.
have just saved yourself a lot of grief.
Well, I'm here to make it up to you, Dad. I am going to get your candidate reelected.
Now, Leo's doing pretty well in the polls on his own.
Well, I'll put him over the top. I know how important it is for you to get Flynn in.
Well, when he's reelected, the construction of Thorpe Towers will be approved without debate.
Well, I can't wait. Let me help.
I don't want you involved in the campaign, honey.
Would I be an embarrassment?
You couldn't help.
Well, if you say so.
But thanks for the offer.
I guess I'm not the asset that I used to be. Are you sure that there's nothing I can do?
I can't think of anything.
Well, if you do,
know. Honey, I really so much appreciate you coming here today. I know it wasn't easy.
It's part of growing up. I'll get there, Dad.
Oh, I know you will, honey.
I don't expect you to understand.
Why not?
Yes, why not? Why can't you be my friend no matter what you feel about Blake?
Holly, look, you are a very good mother.
Where did that come from?
I know how much Blake means to you. I was there when she was born. I watched you raise her.
I feel a punchline coming on.
I watched how hard you fought to keep her life normal. At the same time, Roger was trying to turn your life upside down.
Cue the violin.
Well, fine, you can trivialize it all you want, but I know what you did for your daughter.
How do you trivialize the trivial?
Okay, fine, skip it. I mean, I give up.
Oh, no, Ed can't give up. That's one of your most endearing qualities.
Your feelings for Blake and hers for you are not trivial. Now, what is the matter with you?
Right. They meant a great deal to me at one time, but I'm a wiser woman now. Now, I appreciate you being on my side. Are you on my side?
Honey, it's not a question of being on anyone's side here. I mean, two people that I care very deeply about are in pain, and that hurts me.
Well, you're right, what you said. I mean, I loved Blake, whether she believes it or not, and that is what makes what she did to me even more despicable.
Don't you think it's possible that what Blake did just kind of happened?
Kind of nothing. She planned this all down to the last detail. Oh, and her timing was so exquisite because she hit me right when I was vulnerable. I had no defenses. It just ripped me apart.
And I'm really sorry. But that can't mean that I am not allowed to feel for Blake,
Yes,
too.
it can. I didn't start this. She slept with the man I was with out of spite.
I don't believe that.
Ed, this is not about a vindictive woman scorned. This is not a story about the boyfriend who gets a crush on the young woman. She was my daughter, for heaven's sake.
We don't choose who we fall in love with.
Love had nothing to do with it. It was a roll in the hay.
Oh, I've seen them together.
I saw them together, too. It had nothing to do with love.
Holly, come on, wait.
I don't even know why I came here, Ed. You have shown how you feel by taking her in.
She had nowhere else to go.
And you and Ross are just so tight.
Yes, Ross and I go back a long time,
Well, thanks for nothing. I really am alone.
You, how I feel about Blake.
You want to tell me to mind my own business? Fine by me.
Fletcher, I was just curious about the question.
Look, I am not wanting to have some kind of juicy piece of gossip here, if that's what you're thinking.
No.
But it's a damn sure bet lots of other people will. Now, if you want me to handle your PR...
Okay, understood. You will be answering a lot of reporters' questions, yes.
Oh, boy, they're going to be coming out of the woodwork.
Some of them have slithered through the cracks already.
And then there's the voters. They're going to demand the whole story.
There is no story.
It's over?
When does it end, Fletch?
Now, that sounds to me like a rhetorical question.
I have fired Blake from my campaign. I have stopped seeing her. What else am I supposed to do?
I guess that answers my question.
What do you mean?
Oh, you're busy, I'm sorry.
No, actually, I was just leaving. Just because... Oh, I should have already left. I'm supposed to be at a meeting. If anybody calls, tell them I left 20 minutes ago. I'll see you, Ed. And Ross, I'm going to be talking to you later.
You better. Been expecting to see you, Ed.
You have?
Yeah, I figured you'd rather read me out in person rather than over the telephone.
I'm not here to read you out. I'm not in any position to judge you or anybody else.
Everybody keeps saying that to me. I'm sure that you've got something on your mind. I'd appreciate it if you'd make it quick. I have a desk full of work here.
It's not that important, actually. I'll get back to you on it, okay?
Ed. I'm sorry, I'm having a bad week, that's all. I wish you'd stay. I could use a friend.
You see, you're not the only one.
Yeah, I don't suppose I am. This affair has affected a lot of people.
None more than Holly. I've just been with her.
And how is Holly?
Not great.
Aggressively unrepentant?
Well, according to her, she has nothing to repent.
Okay. Maybe she doesn't. Maybe I deserve it.
Maybe, but not Blake.
No, not Blake. I am the one to blame. I could have stopped this before anything happened. I could have broken it off months ago.
Why didn't you?
Because I didn't want to.
Oh, well, you see, Holly would say that you were weak.
What?
Man, she had some choice things to say about our gender. Doesn't like us much.
Well, she has her reasons, Ed.
Well, I didn't disagree because I couldn't.
Oh, she's still not satisfied? Holly gets headlines and photographs in the Inquisitor, and she's still not satisfied?
No, she's still very angry.
Yeah, well, who cares? I mean, she's had her pound of flesh. My campaign, my political life is on the line. If the election were held today, I would lose.
How important is that to you?
I have got too much invested in this, Ed, to go and quit.
I'm not suggesting you do that.
I want to win. Win.
I believe you, and so did Blake.
I had to let her go in.
I don't know about had to. I know she's no longer with the campaign.
That is the worst part of all of this.
Well, so then why? Or let me guess, it was the politically expedient thing to do?
No. I would never do that to Blake. I care about Blake too much, and I tried to explain that to her.
How hard did you try?
Ed, I told her, I just want to back off until after Election Day.
But you knew how something like that would sound to a person like Blake. It would be further proof that she doesn't matter enough.
I meant every word.
She's very vulnerable, and she's a very young woman.
Do you think I don't know that?
And she's had a lot of disappointments in her life.
Look, I know that Roger and Holly have screwed her up royally, but I don't have the time to fix their parental sins right now. That sounds callous. I'm sorry, it's just that that's the way it has to be for now, and I mean just for now.
Well, so what are you saying then? That after the election, whether you win or not, you can take her back?
Yes. Ed, I care about Blake. It's probably gone way beyond caring. I don't know, but I do know. I'm not going to let that woman down. I just wish Blake believed that.
Drooling over his pyramids.
Enter Holly, the mad scene.
I just saw Blake leave the building.
Okay.
I assumed she came here to see you.
Yes.
About what?
Well, you don't seriously expect me to tell you.
What have you got to hide?
All right, I'll tell you this much. She has finally realized where her priorities lie family-wise.
And you're jumping the gun, optimism-wise.
I know my daughter.
Where have I heard that before?
You're even more bitter than you were before, if that's possible. Where is this going to end?
Another man heard from.
Whatever that means.
So Blake is cozying up to her daddy these days.
Oh, does it bother you so much that she and I are close?
Blake is close to nobody.
You're a lonely, unhappy woman, Holly. I feel sorry for you.
You used to be able to hurt me, Roger, but no more.
Glad to hear it.
Don't trust Blake. Mark my words.
It might interest you to know that she has offered to help with Flynn's campaign.
Now, if you buy that, you're even more of a fool than I thought you were. You can talk about me being vindictive all you like.
I don't like. I prefer you out of here.
But for a self-proclaimed sophisticate, you're awfully naive,
Go
Roger.
away, Holly.
This blind spot you have about your daughter.
Look, what is the point of all this? You have done your worst. Live with it.
You still think she's Daddy's little girl.
Holly.
And she plays it to the hilt. Plays you like a cheap banjo. And you sing the right song. Promise her anything, right?
Sue me. I love my daughter.
She feeds your ego. You feed each other's. But it's all over now.
Well, you know what? It may be. For you, I wonder if Chrissy will ever have anything to do with you again.
Nor you. The sad truth is, she chose another man. She chose Ross over you.
Oh, Holly, Holly. For a woman who prides herself on being on top of the news, you're way behind the times.
Why, what?
Ross fired her.
Blake?
Yep.
Fired Blake?
Yeah, gave her the sack.
No.
Why would I lie about a thing like that?
It's some kind of trick.
To what end?
No, Blake wouldn't give up that easily. Look how she went after Alan Michael. I mean, even after the divorce, she practically waged a war to get him back.
History.
And you? Do you think she'd forgive you that easily? You hit her, Roger.
What's done is done. In the past. Now, you put her down all you want. I won't be poisoned against her. I trust my daughter.
If I were you,
You're not.
I'd test her loyalty. I mean, if you're so determined to get Flynn reelected, it wouldn't take much. Just a simple test to find out if she's really on your side or Ross's.
I repeat, I trust my daughter.
Well, suit yourself. But if you really expect to get this pyramid built, I'd give what I say some thought. A whole lot of thought.
What can I do?
Well, after we talked about Flynn's campaign, I started thinking. I came up with an idea.
Great. I'll knock on doors, hand out flyers.
No,
what?
no, nothing like that. Actually, I want to make use of your PR experience and get you to be sort of an unofficial part-time consultant, in the campaign. It's, as questions come up. And I got a doozy to start with, but it's very confidential.
Okay.
Tucked away in the dark recesses of Leo's desk is some material that's very damaging to Marlar.
Oh.
But nothing about you. This is even more damning.
And Leo is ready to leak this to the press?
Yeah, but the timing's got to be perfect. I mean, we want maximum impact.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so he asked my opinion, and I said I thought the day before Election Day.
A November bombshell.
Yeah, it's even better than an October surprise, right?
Yeah, the day before, that's good.
What are you thinking?
I'm just surprised that there's anything out there that could still damage Ross.
Oh, this has no basis in reality. It's just something we phonied up, but it'll get the job done, and Ross won't be elected. It's what we all want, right?
Right.
This better be good.
Oh, I swear, Frank, it's life and death.
Well, you never do it the easy way, do you?
Yeah, according to that article, I never do things right. Look at this. Brazen hussy stealing Mom's fella. Is that what you think?
No, I think being your friend is never dull.
I'll take that as a vote of confidence.
So this whole time that you've been so mysterious and everything, it's about you and Ross?
Yes, we were afraid something like this was going to happen.
It's a real mess, isn't it?
It's worse than you think. That's why I need your help.
With what?
Breaking and entering. All right. What I need is for you to tell me every single thing you know about how to avoid alarms, pick locks, the works.
Look, Blake, if you need money, I can give you a loan here. You don't have to go crazy.
Frank, I don't have time to play games.
You're really serious, aren't you?
Yes.
Like, what do you need to get into that you can't get into by some other means?
Just a little bit of instruction, Frank. It's very important.
Is this about Ross?
Yes. I mean, did you see that article? Do you know what it's doing for his chances for election? It's all my fault, too.
Does he blame you?
He won't even let me work for him anymore.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. At least it will be, if you help me.
Look, if I'm gonna help you, you gotta tell me everything that's going on, and you better start talking now.
Why are you making this so difficult?
I'm out of here.
No, Frank, don't go, please.
Blake.
Frank, you are my only friend.
Then come out with it.
Okay, but I can't tell you everything. Please don't make me.
This is getting really old.
Frank, do you remember how you felt when you lost Delaney, how nothing seemed important?
Of course I do.
Right, and I felt the same way about Alan Michael, and you helped me through the worst period of my life.
You helped me too.
Frank, neither one of us ever thought we'd fall in love again. This thing with Ross, I mean, it just took me by surprise. It's a total miracle. I don't even mind about Alan Michael anymore. He's such a good man, and he deserves to be senator. And he could be so good for me. I love him, Frank.
This isn't gonna be dangerous, is it? I mean, you're not gonna pull a Jenna Bradshaw on me, are you?
Gee, I wonder why I didn't think about asking her.
I don't know. Why didn't you?
Maybe because she's sleeping with my father?
Is this about Roger?
Yeah. Why?
For or against him?
I'd have to say against.
Then why don't you say so in the first place? What do you need to know? You know, Blake, you're going to have to be a little bit more specific in order to help me out here. You know, it's a little difficult to give beginner's courses in this stuff, you know?
No, you've given me enough so I don't make a fool out of myself.
Fool is not what I'm worried about. Trouble.
Trouble with a capital T, and that rhymes with B, and that stands for breaking and entering.
Blake, this is not funny.
Why do you have to be so disapproving, Frank? Nothing terrible is going to happen.
Well, that's exactly why I'm spending so much time with you on this.
So now that you know it involves Roger, you want to go with me?
Has anyone ever told you that you are bad?
Absolutely everybody.
Where's that diagram on that alarm system I was going to show you?
Blake! What? Aren't you a little overly nervous for a private investigator, Frank?
This is not a case, all right? What this is a big mistake. I can feel it already.
Remember Roger? You were only once before to do anything to bring him down.
Yeah, and this better be about him and not some kind of phony lure.
I wouldn't do that to you, Frank. But just in case you're suspicious, don't let my new closeness with my father upset you. It's a ruse.
Man, you know, I hope Ross Marler is going to be worth it. Because you are dealing with fire.
He's worth it. You're not mad about Ross, are you?
No, he's about the only thing I'm not mad at. I'm happy you found somebody. I really am. I found somebody, too.
Frank, you did?
Huh?
That is great. Who is she?
Oh, we'll say that for another time.
Unless the Inquisitor gets it first.
You know, speaking of slime, do you know where Alan Michael is?
No, why?
Oh, I've got some news for him. He's not going to like.
Is he in trouble?
About as bad as he can get.
Tell me.
Well, Blake, you know, it's strictly personal. I'm sorry. We all have our secrets, don't we?
Thanks, Frank. I'm your slave for life.
Oh, look, just don't get caught, okay? Because if you do, I don't know you. You're on your own.
Fair enough.
Will you take care of yourself? Please?
Yeah. Listen, if I hear anything about Alan Michael, I'll let you know. Sort of as a payback for this.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
So, if everything goes well in Washington, will you come visit me?
Oh, boy, how would your dad feel about that?
Go.
See ya.
I thought you had a stump speech upstate tonight. What's the matter? Couldn't you find a babysitter for your girlfriend? Leo, I don't recall Blake's age being an issue when you were squiring around town. My relationship is strictly professional. By the way, have you seen the papers lately? They have a great slogan for you. Lock up your daughters, America. Ross Marler is on the campaign trail. It's got a great ring to it, don't you think? Lately.
Yeah, right. Eat your heart out.
Is that what you said to Blake? Of all people is not worth her tears, but thanks to you, she and I are no longer speaking.
What do you mean, thanks to me?
Oh, come on, Ross. You knew that would be one of the consequences of this whole thing when you started out. Of course, that didn't stop you. You went for the excitement, for youth by association. So thanks to your precious ego, she has lost what family she had. And now, because it's politically expedient, you decide out she goes?
That is not true, Holly. I begged you to drop your vendetta against Blake.
I didn't want any of this. I hate what's happened.
Your life is nothing but hate. And you will stop at nothing, even the public humiliation of your own child in a newspaper you wouldn't use to line up letterbox.
Are you accusing me of something? Why be so oblique? But you better be careful what you say. You can't prove it.
If you don't think it's obvious who gave those photographs to the Inquisitor, you're more deluded than I thought you were.
You're getting very good at this, Mr. Would-be Senator. The old, if attacked, attack back, and maybe they'll forget what you asked in the first place. Well, I have a very long memory, and one thing I will not forget is how you dropped Blake at the first sign of trouble. I had no idea you were such a coward.
You should know about cowardice, Holly. I mean, if you thought those photographs of Blake and me were so newsworthy, why didn't you put them on the air at WSPR? You didn't because you'd be accused of sleazy tabloid journalism. So much better to give it to a sleazy tabloid. Let them take the hits. You know, lately, compared to you, Roger's starting to look pretty good.
Blake would agree with you. According to Roger, she's trying to get back in his good graces as we speak.
Yeah, well, that's a mistake.
Yeah, well, for once I think I can understand it. I mean, when you have been hurt as deeply as she has, you want to prove to yourself that there is at least one man who won't abandon you. So I think she'd do pretty much anything to get back on Roger's side. Doesn't bode too well for you, Senator.
Nor for you.
Well, at least I'm not running for office. By the way, how does it feel to lose the vote of the woman you're sleeping with?
Holly, I am not concerned about Blake's vote. I'm concerned about her running into the open arms of a man like Roger Thorpe. Now, you of all people know how dangerous that can be.
I don't know, Ross. Roger's arms seem pretty safe compared to yours.
Holly.
He's consistent.
Excuse me, hi. When did you get here? I didn't see you.
Well, of course not. You've been working the room. Sweet-talking all those people about what you're going to do for Social Security.
Well, how else was I to pass the time? I couldn't find any babies to kiss. Speaking of kissing babies...
All right, Leo, stop. You get better material or you stick with politics, okay?
Truth hurts, doesn't it, stud? Excuse me, like to dance?
I'd like to.
Club soda with lime.
Oh, admirable restraint, especially at this point in your career. Ross, may I make a suggestion?
Henry, please. Whatever lecture you're tempted to give, spare.
It's not a lecture, just 2 words.
2 words. Okay.
Private practice.
Would you put some scotch in this, please?
Here, take mine. I think I'm going to need all my wits about me tonight.
Ross, Helen, I want to thank you and thank you again.
If you're waiting for me to say what for, it's going to be an awfully long wait.
Well, there I was, sitting at the hairdresser's, bored to tears, looking over a dog-eared copy of a fashion magazine, when what to my wondering eyes should appear on the cover of another publication, our very own two-fisted, hard-hitting man of justice, romping around in his skivvies with a schoolgirl. Ross, you absolutely made my day.
I'm here to please, Jenna.
Good.
Excuse me.
According to the latest focus groups, I have picked up 12 percentage points in the last 2 days.
The people who used to be for the opposition seem to be having second thoughts.
Can you look at this guy? 1 short week, and he is looking at 6 more years in Washington. 6 years during which I will not forget the helping hand that paved the way. Put it here, pal.
Well, thank you, pal, but you're shaking the wrong hand. This is one you should be thanking.
Yeah. Chuckle. Just laugh it up, guys. You know something? I really don't have to deal with this.
Wait now, Hank, where are you going?
Darling, why is it that I have to water and feed and entertain people who simply want to put me out of business, you know? There are other places that they could go and dance around and slap each other on the back. This is not the only restaurant in this town.
Hamp, you're the owner here, and you can kick out whomever you want, but just know that you'd be doing Roger a favor. He likes public scenes. Do you want to give him that satisfaction?
And besides, whatever her fault, Holly does not want to put you out of business.
She should have thought of that before she gave the photographs to the Inquisitor.
Whoa. Holly did that?
Thought it was Roger, didn't you? But not this time.
Yeah. Listen, honey, sweetheart. Did you really have to tell him that, Ross?
Please, excuse me. How is it?
Hi.
Oh, right.
The music is wonderful tonight.
Oh, well, great. I'm glad everybody's having a good time. So it might make it easy for you to do me a favor.
Sure. What can I do for you?
Would you please leave my club?
I was about to say, you've got to be kidding, but you look like you really want me out of here.
Yes, I really do. Listen, to my eye, Miss Lindsay's a paying customer who is politely minding her own business, which is more than can be said for you.
It's okay, Roger. Look, I don't intend to argue with you, but can you tell me why you want me out of here?
I really don't think you want me to spell that out in front of all these people.
I've got nothing to hide.
Holly, this has nothing to do with you. Mr. Speaks has made it clear in the past that he doesn't care for me, or for that matter, the company that you're keeping.
You know, you're very right, Flynn. I don't really care very much for you or the company that she's keeping, but this has nothing to do with that. I have a very special grievance with Miss Lindsay. Do you have a problem with that?
Roger. Holly? No, I don't.
Holly, look, I'm not so dumb that I think that even though you've been lucky enough to have a child, that there won't be problems with that child. But you know, part of being a family is really about taking care of problems within the family when those problems arise, you know? You don't hang your flesh and blood out to dry in public and then go out dancing with your cohorts. Not in my club, anyway.
I'll drive you home. Yes, I will. Thanks for the family value speech. Consider running for office, or maybe you ought to get your own call-in talk show. There's a big market on intolerance these days, you know. They'll even pay you to sit in a studio with a bank of phones and just take pot shots at anybody you like without having a clue as to what they've endured in their lives. I mean, it sounds right up your alley. Gonna be all right?
Sure.
I've known Hampton Speaks a long time. I don't like him very much, but I can't believe he did that to you.
I can't believe you came to my rescue.
Why?
Well, everything you said about what I did to Blake, I knew. That's how you feel.
Well, see, I know you, and I know Chrissy. He doesn't.
So?
So, he hasn't earned the right to yell at you. I have.
Yeah.
Look, you're right. I could have let you go home alone, but I remember a night not so long ago at the Blue Moon. I was lying on the floor about as alone as a guy could get. And I looked up, half conscious, and I saw your face.
Surprised you could even see anything. You really did a bang-up job on you that night.
Oh, I saw you. You took me to the hospital. I'll never forget that. Well, now listen. You promise me that you're going to be all right.
I can't promise. But I thank you for bringing me home.
You're very welcome.
And I thank you for trying to preserve what is left of my shredded dignity.
Your dignity is completely intact, and you're welcome again.
And when you say there are things you won't forget, that's one I won't forget.
I don't know about you, but I think there has been a distinctive improvement in the atmosphere tonight.
Yeah, I agree with you, Hamp.
Well, I am so very glad that you're both enjoying it. Hamp, maybe you'd like to go down to work with me tomorrow and see how the atmosphere is down there.
Holly had better not take anything out on you.
You don't want too much, do you, hon? Tonight, Holly basically got kicked out of here, and tomorrow morning she's supposed to look in my face and not remember that the person who debased her in the middle of a crowded dance floor is my husband. Wonder how long it's going to be before I receive my severance pay. Excuse me.
Women
Never heard of him.
How is it that you can forgive Blake for sleeping with someone who's your worst enemy when I cannot forgive her for sleeping with someone who used to be my friend?
Well, there's forgiving and there's forgiving.
I love it when you're totally obscure.
Well, what I mean is maybe I haven't forgiven her as completely as you think. Look, you warned me that before I congratulate myself too thoroughly on her loyalty, that maybe I should test it, and I decided that wasn't such a bad idea.
What are you going to do?
Well, what I'm not going to do is involve you.
All right.
But I promise I will give you an update when she passes.
And if she fails?
That too. But I would request that this little Freedom of Information Act we got going between us flows both ways. That is, if you know something about Chrissy that you have reason to believe I don't, that's important, that you'll share it with me.
Seems fair.
Shall we shake on it?
Dare we? Pretty amazing. Maybe you and I may want the same thing once.
And to those who underestimated the fairness and the wisdom of the people of this state, I can happily say that you were wrong. The voters want to discuss the fundamental issues of this campaign and ignore the superficial and the sensational. And a campaign that centers on the issues is the only way to go if we're going to solve the problems facing our state and our nation. Thank you very much, and good night. Eve, thanks a lot for your time. I appreciate it, guys. You take care. Closing the deal.
Thank you, yeah. Haggerty, you're a good man doing double duty. The DA's office and the campaign.
Hey, don't mention it. You know, we really got worried there for a second when you said you were going to wing it. Not bad, Senator. Does this mean we blew all that money on campaign advisors for nothing?
I think I've cut the budget enough where my staff is concerned, don't you?
I know it was a bummer firing Blake, but you've got to admit, things have gotten a lot quieter.
Maybe, but nobody gets into politics for the peace and quiet.
Leo called. He's going to be late, but he wanted me to tell you how much he's looking forward to your input tonight.
I'm not sure I have any miracle strategies
Oh,
up
he's
my
just
sleeve.
thrilled to have you on the team. These final days are crucial.
These final days are crucial. I'm going to have to tell you that. We got to keep things nice and steady. Stay with the issues. No nonsense. No hysteria.
I know.
What is it, Jim?
You're going to have to learn to coexist in the same room with Marla without hyperventilating. Come on.
Daddy.
Now, you said that you wanted to move ahead and put all this behind you, right? Oh. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, Roger. Blake.
So, we're getting a little last-minute massaging from the news media?
Channel 9 keeps us.
You're not expecting some TV blitz to have any magical effect on the numbers this late in the game, are you?
Well, when did you become such an expert analyst on the game?
Oh, I'm no expert, but Flynn's experts keep me very well informed. As a matter of fact, Blake had lunch with a couple of them today and came away pretty well convinced Flynn's going to pull it off, didn't you?
Well, I just said they're policy people, not strategy people, but they are putting a lot of faith in the course.
Well, I didn't realize you were so actively involved.
Oh, she's an official consultant now. Well, good luck.
Good night.
That wasn't so bad, was it?
Not so bad compared to what?
Hey, Ross. What's up?
When was the last time you saw those three sitting together without there being bloodshed?
Oh, wow, you're right. We better radio Dan Quail White right away because this family value thing's getting out of control here.
Blake can't be enjoying this. I don't get it.
So it's Halloween. Somebody's wearing a Blake mask. Come on, listen to me. You're supposed to keep the lovely Miss Thorpe right out of that finely tuned senatorial mind of yours until after the election. You know that, Mr. Marley? Keep your eyes on the prize. Haggerty, how'd the spot go?
Hey, fine. They keep asking me for some informal stuff, you know, to round off the piece. The candidate relaxing, jogging, hanging out with some friends, you know, something mediagenic. You know, I was thinking it's Halloween. Maybe you should go home and they could get some footage of you giving candy to the trick-or-treaters.
Sweet idea, but not many kids live in my neighborhood.
Well, then, if the kids won't come to you, maybe there's some way you could go to the kids.
Reminds me, there is a party.
Party? Where?
Nah, it's not a very good idea.
No, it sounds great.
No, I don't want to intrude. I mean, you know, the cameras and the cables, it's basically rooms where there's supposed to be a good, fun time for kids.
Whose party is it?
Vanessa's. Well, no, really, it's Bill's. He's just having some friends over, that's all.
Well, I don't think Vanessa would mind at all, but I can understand, Fletch, if you don't want to ask her.
No, it's Haggerty's actually got a good idea, and it would be a good piece for the story. Okay, look, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll just try to set the whole thing up, and then I'll send the two of you on ahead without me.
No, I can't. I got to get back to the office. I've got a conference call with the county chair people. This is your baby, Fletch.
I don't quite understand this change of heart. Maybe it's not so much heart as circumstance. Now that you found out how cold the world is when you're all alone in it, you might be a little more receptive to that tired old notion of honoring your father and your mother.
What, you're getting biblical on me now? What did you do, drug or drink or what?
Okay, let's go, all right?
Now, where are they off to without a backward glance? Don't worry, darling. I'm sure he didn't even see you. Of course, you don't care about that anymore, do you? At least that's what you tell your father.
Well, it doesn't look like Leo's making it, so if you don't mind...
Please, don't go. We're just getting started.
No, you mean Mother's just getting started, which has always been a very wise time for me to leave.
Excuse me, Miss Thorpe, you have a telephone call?
Oh, thank you.
Look, come back, will you? We can find a civilized way to say goodnight.
Hello?
Blake, have you done it yet?
Done what? Frank, is that you?
Look, I've been thinking about this whole thing, and it's insane. It's crazy. Breaking and entering is not something you just learn in one lesson, Blake. Now, come on, you're going to screw up.
If I do, I promise I won't mention your name.
That's not what I'm worried about. I'm worried about you and Ross. Now, if you do something illegal on his behalf, he's going to look as bad as you do.
Which is why I'm going to be very, very careful. Frank, I have to do this. This is the only way I know how to make it up to Ross for everything I've put him through.
Blake, where are you going? What are you doing?
Frank, I'm in this alone. Thank you. I mean it.
Blake! Blake!
Well, it's been absolutely divine, but I really must go. Thank you very, very much. Civilized enough.
Please, sit down. We have got to try. Please.
Okay, just let me run to the ladies' room. I'll be right back.
Well, she seems somewhat more pliable, but I don't know. Looks are deceiving, and Blake has got that look. She doesn't even have to think about it. She breathes it.
We'll see.
When? Tonight?
Maybe. I've structured things so she'll have a choice to make. I think she'll choose me.
I'm so curious as to what kind of test you have designed.
I know. I told you I'm not involving you.
So how do we know when the trap has sprung? Does an alarm go off? Flag pops up and little Blake is caught with big, wide, guilty eyes and a mouthful of cheese.
I wish I could joke about it.
I know it's not easy for you to be casual about little Chrissy.
You've been in therapy, right?
Yes, I have. Had to when I was living with you.
I've only been once. During the rape trial, the judge ordered an evaluation. I thought it was a joke, of course. Everything was a joke to me then. But I went, and the shrink, the psychiatrist, I guess, woman in her 40s, very nice, very quiet, sat taking notes as noncommittal as she could be. And then she had a phone call, some big emergency on the floor or something, and that she left me alone for a couple of minutes in her office. So what did I do?
You went through the notes. What did they say?
Inappropriate laughter. That was the first thing. Of course, I thought that was hilarious. And then it said, strong lack of connection to others, delusions of grandeur rooted in isolation, little sense of self.
That upset you?
I tore it up, without even thinking. I ripped it to pieces. And then, of course, I realized I'd never be able to explain, so I just left. I didn't just leave. I ran away. I mean, it wasn't that I didn't recognize a lot of what she was saying there, but the thought that another person, I mean, a complete stranger, could spot it all that easily. I mean, it was just devastating, you know. And, of course, if she could see it that clearly, there had to be others, right? Anyway, that's when I stopped sleeping. Chronic insomnia, palpitations, night sweats, the works.
And how long did that go on?
Oh, I thought it was with me for life. I just accepted the fact I was never going to sleep more than 2 or 3 hours a night. And then, one day, I found this young woman that I hadn't seen in years. Lovely young woman. My daughter. Our daughter. And that night, I slept around the clock.
Symptoms all gone.
Yeah, I mean, it was so mysterious to me, you know, until I realized that it was because that no connection to others thing, gone. Looking into Chrissy's eyes just took it away. It was like being introduced to my best self, you know, the self that hadn't made all the mistakes, the self that could still change. And it's still like that for me. I need her more than she'll ever know.
Well, you know, that's very scary to feel that the light of your life is all from one person, and then that one person decides to leave. It's very dark.
She's not going anywhere.
Where is she? She's been gone a long time.
Oh, she probably just ran into somebody and was chatting away.
Excuse me, ready to order dinner?
Can you tell me, Miss Thorpe, who was sitting here, have you seen her?
Yes, I saw her get into a taxi a while ago.
Don't. Just don't.
Well, I'm sure you didn't expect such quite a large audience as this, but this town is starved for entertainment.
We're just locked in the closet, not traveling a coal mine. I don't really think it's worth a spot on the 11 o'clock news.
Well, Billy, it's not for you. The crew just thought it'd be a good idea if they get some shots with me with the kids. That is, if it's okay. I don't want to spoil anybody's fun.
Sounds like a wonderful time. I bet they'd love it. Who wants to be on television?
Look at this. Everybody's an actor.
This way, to the haunted house.
All right. That's all right. To the haunted house. I'll see you in just a second.